Hey everybody, it is Professor Parish, and we are on week 14 of English 109. So, nearing the last fourth of class, if you can believe it. We're 75% of the way done. So, crazy, right? We do have 4 more weeks of class, and so what I want to talk to you all about today is just what we're doing for week 14 and just kind of go over those assignments. It's going to be a pretty short week in terms of assignments that are due. I'm recording this on Saturday, so a day early. So if you've not done week 13's assignments, please make sure that you do so. They're due by Sunday, November 15th at 11:55 p.m. But going down to week 14, as you can see in our assignments page, we have 14, 15, 16, 17, and then finals week. It's technically 5 weeks left, and then finals week. But for week 14, as far as reading goes, the only readings to do in our English skills textbook is chapter 16, which is on argument. It's pages 307 to 322. Make sure to look at this chapter because they do a really good job, I feel, of talking about argumentation and what defines a good argument paper. Because we're going to start doing argument, and I think a lot of people, especially with modern day society and social media, when we think argument, we think of just yelling at each other or having differing opinions, and that's really not what argument's about. Argument is about establishing your own opinion about something and trying to persuade other people to agree with you. And you can do that without Facebook rants or without social media, like just ranting without consequence. With the essay in this class, I really want you to strive to be professional and also to voice your opinion, but do so in a way that's professional, that's controlled, that's focused, and that has yourself backed up by research. Because the best way to prove that you are correct to someone is to show that you have that support, that it's not just your opinion, but you have supporting data from other sources as well. So that's going to be pretty important in this class going into this last paper. So definitely check out chapter 16 in our English skills textbook. And then the 2 assignments this week are the discussion forum and the writing prep for argumentation. So going and looking at writing prep, there's our guidelines here, which I have pulled up right here for you all. Mainly with argument, I want you to pick a topic that you are comfortable with and that you like. But I will go ahead and let you know that there are some topics for this paper that have been overdone. I'm not going to say you can't do them, but I will tell you that I'm going to be incredibly scrupulous and incredibly demanding that you cite some new and important research if you choose these topics. One topic I would discourage you from doing is abortion. I know that's a strong topic that a lot of people like writing about. I've probably read 40 papers on abortion at this point. And I understand that a lot of people feel strongly about it, but it's a very overdone topic. And I feel like unless you're using some really relevant information, it's been overdone. So I'm encouraging you not to do that topic. Also, legalizing marijuana. It's legal in Illinois, so I've read a ton of papers on that. So I would encourage you not to write about that as well. Other than those 2 topics, I feel like those are the 2 that are most overdone with argumentation, and so I'd encourage you not to use those 2 topics. There's so much that you can talk about that you probably feel passionate about. I would just encourage you to avoid those 2 specific topics just because of how much I've read on them. But anything else is fair game as far as I'm concerned. I will note that with argumentation, I know a lot of students get concerned because they're afraid that their instructor may not agree with their opinions. Valid concern. I will go ahead and tell you all that as far as this paper goes, I am concerned with how you construct it and the content. I've read many papers that have been A papers written about topics that the student and I did not agree at all about, but they constructed a professional, well put together paper. They had credible sources. They cited their work. They just created a well structured argument in their essay, and while I didn't agree with their opinions, it was still an A paper because they met all the criteria. So I don't want you to worry about me. My role as the instructor is not to judge you on your opinions with the topics, but rather to offer constructive criticism about how you construct the paper and whether or not the research is credible and you've input the right citations and formatting. That's my concern. I could care less what your preferences are with the topics you pick because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I just want to make sure that you are constructing an essay that voices that opinion in a respectful, educated, and professional manner. So if that makes you feel better going into this last paper, that's kind of what I'm looking for. With your writing prep, it's the same as our other writing preps in the class. I want to know your topic. I want to know a basic outline of what you're going to be talking about, your points. If I feel that your topic may not be strong enough to create this paper, I'll let you know. Or if I feel like it's maybe overdone, I'll let you know as well. But it has to be at least 3 full pages. It can be more. There's not a limit to the pages it is. It just has to be at least 3 full pages. I am going to stress that you use credible research. We have library resources on campus that you're welcome to use. I do ask that you use credible resources. I think back in week 10, we talked about how to cite and how to include those citations. So go back and reference that. I will also, within the next week, put a citation presentation in our resources so you have access to that and so that you can see how to cite if you have questions. Because citation is something you're going to do in other classes and something that you're going to do in English 121 and 122. We do have an English tutor on campus. Her name is Miss Joanna Lane. Her email is Joanna, JOANNA .Lane, LANE @sic.edu. I would also email her if you have questions about citations and formatting, because she's our English tutor. She's there to help you as well if you have any questions. But argument paper is always a fun paper. I feel like a lot of people get passionate and have a lot of fun discussing topics that they feel really strongly about. But I encourage you, don't make this paper a rant. I don't want all these exclamation points and all this like crazy ranting about a topic. I want you to be professional. That's the biggest takeaway from this final paper. I want it to look like a college essay that's educated, properly cited and formatted, grammatically correct, and also is respectful and formatted well. So, not asking much, right? But we also will get a chance to peer review these papers, which I'm excited about because I feel like a lot of people have fun reading argument papers from their peers and commenting on those as well. So I'm really excited to see what all you come up with in terms of your topics. So that's the writing prep assignment. The other assignment for this week is your discussion forum, which, looking down here at week 14, the week 14 assignment, there is a topic here, a YouTube video to watch. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I'll backtrack here.
Our main story tonight concerns food.
Okay, so
this the afterlife.
I'll go back. So this video link is about John Oliver. Regardless, I know that John Oliver can be kind of political.
In America, as you would.
I know John Oliver can be kind of political in his videos, so I found a video that is not very political. It is about food waste, which is it seems like a very, simple topic, but I think once you watch this video, you'll find that there's a lot of information about food waste that I wasn't even privy to, that I was like, oh, crud, we do waste a lot of food. And I think it's really interesting. It's a fairly older video, but it's an argument that I really like. And I think Oliver does a nice job of constructing his argument and structuring it and using research to back himself up. So I want you to watch this video and kind of see those examples of an argument in a video essay format. And then after watching the video, there's 3 questions for the discussion forum for you to answer. One are ways that we combat the issue Oliver is addressing, and you can list examples from the video. Considering our location, where we are geographically as students, is there problems with some of the suggestions that Oliver makes? Are those realistic for our area? And you can explain why or why not. And then how does Oliver craft his argument throughout the video, and how can we take what Oliver does and connect it to our own work? So I'm curious what you all think. I think this is going to be a fun discussion forum because there's lots to talk about. But I'm curious what you guys all think as well by the end of this discussion forum. So that's it for this week. Just the discussion forum and the writing prep for our final paper. I'm really excited to see what you all come up with. If you have any questions about topics or about citation, anything like that, please feel free to give either Miss Lane or I an email and ask us about it. Next week, for week 15, we'll talk about Thanksgiving break and things like that. But in the meantime, if y'all have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you all again soon.